Hey, welcome to another fireside chat with no fire. And today I just want to talk about, I maybe do a little venting here. And it's not a new topic, it's not a new thing of conversation, but with these fireside chats, I can always just be a little bit less professional, stumble over my words more. But it has to do with gambling. Trading is trading gambling? Is the stock market gambling? Is insert, some sort of market out there, the futures market, the currency markets, the options market. I can't even believe I'm saying this anymore, but the cryptocurrency markets. Are all those markets, is that just flat out gambling? And a lot of people seem to think so. And this really all kind of started for me, and this wasn't the first time, but when it really hit home, I still remember I was talking to my mom on the phone, and she was kind of not her normal peppy self. It sounded just like, I don't know. I think she might have something on her mind. And eventually it came out and she said, Clay, are you being safe? Are you being responsible? Are you being wise? I mean, if you were just some single guy, then okay, that's different. But I mean, are you being wise? You have a wife, you have kids. And I'm thinking, what? Am I being wise? Because I talked to a guy at work, and after I told him kind of what you do and how you invest in real estate and you trade the markets, he said that, trading the stock market, that's gambling. I mean, that is a very risky thing to be doing. There is a whole lot of gambling that goes into that. And it literally, I don't want to say freaked my mom out, but it was clearly on her mind in a big way where she flat out addressed it with me. And you could tell it was heavy on her shoulders. And so in some senses, that really irritated me because, I mean, come on, we all like our moms, right? We all love our moms. I don't want to see my mom all downcast like that, downtrodden because she thinks that I'm putting my wife and my kids all at risk because I'm out there just as a degenerate gambler because I trade the markets. But, I've kind of I've done videos on this before, but I just want to kind of, like I said, do a little venting and just kind of throw out a question. So maybe you are somebody that you're surrounded by others and you're telling them what you want to do. Oh, that's just gambling. Oh, your uncle so-and-so, aunt such and such, they tried that and they lost all their money because it's just one big gamble. You know what? Anything in life can be turned into a gamble. You want a real quick example? Cross the street with a blindfold on. Don't look both ways. I guess you can look both ways because you have a blindfold on, but also plug your ears too. That way you can't cheat and listen for things. There you go. Crossing the street is a gamble in and of itself. How do you make crossing the street better? How do you improve the odds of that gamble? Well, what are we taught as kids? Hey, look, there's no cars coming. My probabilities are in my favor that I'm not going to get steamrolled by a semi-truck. And the same thing applies to trading the markets. And again, this all is coming from, I got a couple of, these are just a couple that I chose, but I just want to kind of, so you have a frame of reference that, Clay's just being a drama queen. He's probably experienced one person in his life let's go through a couple comments. And then also I want to listen to an excerpt from a podcast that at the time of this recording of this video, I did the interview yesterday. And it really just sunk in. It was good time because I had planned to do this video anyways. And then he made the comment, which you're going to hear here in just a second. And I was just like, all right, confirmation, Clay, you definitely need to do this fireside chat. So let's just look at a couple of different comments real quick. And these are just a few of many that I've gotten on YouTube over the years. This person says, any form of day trading is gambling. No one can effectively time and beat the market. Don't forget the short-term capital gains taxes as well. Think of it this way. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. If trading made people lots of money, everyone would be doing it. In the end, you don't profit much. Markets are efficient. So there we go. Any form of day trading is gambling. And then you have taxes, which always makes me laugh. So using that logic, because trading gains are taxed, I guess that means nobody should go to work. Why would I get a job? I have to pay taxes. So that's just silly logic in and of itself. But no, day trading is gambling. It's just not going to work. Nobody can effectively time the market and blah, blah, blah. And that's just one example. Let's take a look at another YouTube comment. This person says, gambling is the wagering of money or something of value, referred to as the stakes, on an event with an uncertain outcome with a primary intent of winning money. So I guess all those people that invest into the stock market are just idiots because they're just gambling with their money. And because their goal is to make more money. And the way they're investing, that is an uncertain outcome. So are you, this person, I guess they don't invest? What do they do with their money? Just throw it into their bank account? But that's a gamble too, because you're betting that that bank will still be there in order to gain 0.5% of interest on your checking account. So I mean, I don't know, I guess this person keeps all the money under their mattress, but that's a gamble too. What happens if your house burns down and all that money under your mattress goes away? Well, do you see how the logic doesn't quite add up when it comes to these people that are calling trading gambling? Don't get me wrong. Can trading be treated as gambling? 150% yes, it can. And if you are aware of my Clay Trader Mail video series, you know that there's a lot of people out there that do that. And that's why failure rates are quite high, because people show up thinking it's easy. And yeah, sometimes it does sound too good to be true with the way certain marketers and coaches out there portray things. But I think I do a very good job of portraying, hey, if you want to get into trading, you better be ready for blood, sweat, and tears, headaches, suffering. Can you do things to alleviate all that? Sure, but it is a hard thing to do. It can be done. But to sit there and just say that, no, if it's not, it's just pure, no, that's just bad logic. And then finally, like I said, from the podcast interview, depending on when you watch this video, this episode is not available, but it will soon be. However, let's just take a listen real quick to what he's in our trading community. He goes by Papa Bear. Stan is his real name. So just hear what Stan has to say within kind of his real life of the markets and why he really kind of signed up for a community in the first place.
Same boat as a lot of traders are in. It's quite a lonely street out here. It's hard to really come up and have an intelligent conversation about stock trading among friends and family. A lot of them roll their eyes. Oh, you're a gambler. Shouldn't be doing that.
Oh,
just
can't stand that.
Buy and hold. Warren Buffett does that. Fundamentals, and just finding a mentor out there is it's critical, but it's nearly impossible because most people aren't trading. Most people aren't trading intelligently, and if you're going to do the water cooler conversation, don't expect to find any real constructive help.
So poor Stan, and I can kind of relate to that, but I will give. Besides that, that jerk at work that was talking out of his backside, that kind of freaked my mom out. For the most part, my family, they trust my group of friends. I don't think any of them think that I'm a degenerate gambler, but yeah, Nate says yes, I am, with shaking his head. But yeah, my group of friends, they understand that everything in life is a gamble, but if you approach it in a rational manner, if you approach it in a way where you can, tilt odds in your favor. Going back, it's just such a perfect example. Crossing the street. Why were you taught as a kid to look both ways? Think about that. Your parents are teaching you how to manage risk. Risk of what? Not getting hit by a car. And that's how it is with trading. That's why trading is not gambling. Are you going to win every single time? No. Are you going to lose money? Yes. But you can set yourself up in situations where it's not random, where it's not just mass chaos. Clay, dude, I like your vlogs, man. I'm thinking about subscribing to your channel. All you're doing right now is yapping. Show me something. All right, fine. Here is my last month's results up on the screen, as you can see right now, from the month of November. And as you see, I didn't trade one day because I took that Friday off, but every other day was green. Now, am I saying that to pat myself on the back? No. Am I saying that to kind of prove this whole theory? I mean, if trading was honestly gambling, where it's like a slot machine or just pure randomness, which is what gambling is, would it be possible? Now, I'm sure a blind squirrel can get a green day here, can make a green winning trade here. So I'm not denying that you could show up, blindly guess, and come out with a green day or a green trade, where you make some money. But to do it every single day of a month, that, I don't know. That doesn't seem too random. That seems actually quite consistent. Now, do I have red days? Yeah. And this is not me just cherry picking. In fact, I'll put some of the links down below. When I take losses, I have shown them and I blogged about them. So, I mean, it's not like I'm not sitting here saying that, and I do this all the time. I never have red days. No, I have red days. And like I said, I'll post some of those articles down below just to keep it real, because I don't want to come across as I'm some perfect trader. But what I am trying to get across If these people, if it really was gambling, if trading the markets really was just pure randomness, pure chaos, there's nothing you can do. You can't, as that one person said, effectively time the markets. No, you can't perfectly time the markets all the time. That's why risk management is so important. But you can do things that leverage odds, leverage probabilities in your favor. And that's how, months like this can be accomplished. So just kind of keep that in mind. The next time somebody says trading is gambling, I guess you could send them the link to this video. They probably wouldn't watch it. But maybe I'm just the luckiest person ever where I never had a single red day all this past month. And I'll put in another month where I think I had maybe like one red day or something. Again, I'm not by any means, there are a lot of traders in our trading community that I'm proud to say I helped out, and now they are way better traders than I am. So this is not some sort of look at me, I'm the best trader ever, not at all. But consistency. If things were pure randomness, if it was just 50-50 odds, a flip of a coin, then I should have had at least a few red days in there, but I didn't. So trading is not gambling. Can it be treated as gambling? Yes. Can you learn how to leverage things in your favor? Yes, you absolutely can. That's why I'm a big believer in technical analysis, the use of charts. And is that the only way to trade the markets? No. But I think for me, it makes a lot of sense, and that's how I approach the market. And technical analysis as a tool is what are yielding these sorts of results. Of course, I would love to teach you, and I offer training courses and all that sort of good stuff. But if you want to, invest in somebody else's, training education for how to use charts and trading, that's perfectly fine too. But don't fall into the trap. Just don't think that all this is gambling and randomness, because it really, really isn't. And you saw my November results. Like I said, I'll put some other links down below. Red days happen, losing trades happen, but that's why risk management is so important. But come on, please, don't let people discourage you because all they keep throwing at you is gambling. It's gambling, it's gambling. Now, if you're treating it like gambling, that's one thing. But if you're going about things in a logical manner, such as you're going through a course that's teaching you how to approach everything from the ground up of risk analysis and risk control, that's a whole different ball game. So make sure, it can be apples and oranges. But if you're just running around out there, hey, yeah, I got $100, I threw it in a Robinhood account. I watched like a couple YouTube videos, and I'm getting my trade ideas from StockTwits. That would be gambling. You don't really have a true structure in place. But if you do have a true structure, or you're working to form a true structure, that's a whole different ball game. I realize I'm rambling right now, but thinking back to that jerk at my mom's work, your son, that's really risk. He's gambling. It's not gambling. It is not gambling. All right, I'll see you next week. I got to end it right now. If you are out there trading alone currently and maybe are in the market looking for a community to join to assist you in your trading or to just help you, give you another set of eyeballs, then I do have a private trading community where you can trade alongside me and other experienced traders. So what you see popping up on the screen right now is both an information link. So if you click on the inner circle one, that is going to take you to the page where I explain all the details of what exactly come with the community, both the chat room and the newsletter. And then the other image that has popped up is a behind the scenes tour where you can see exactly what is going to be contained within the community. I take you through, like I said, a behind the scenes tour of everything, and that way you'll know precisely what you are getting when you join. So definitely check that stuff out if you are interested and thinking about wanting to join a community, and let me know if you have any questions.